Hi, this is Mr. Ward, and this is your video key for Algebra Exit Ticket 29.2. So I'll write key right here. I assume you know you're in B block, so here we go. What are two factors of negative 18 that add up to negative 3? Well, factors of negative 18 have to be positive and negative. So we want to look for two factors that are 3 apart. That would be your easiest bet. So we can break 18 into, actually, I'm going to do it a different way. Hang on. I'm going to set this up like this. We can use, so let me use a little x here. So I want two factors for negative 18 that add up to negative 3. Well, two factors that work for that are negative 6 and positive 3. And what's really neat about that is then you can go ahead and factor this polynomial. X plus 3 is one of the factors, and x minus 6 is another factor, which is pretty neat. So here we go. Two factors are going to be of negative 18, so are going to be negative 6 and 3. Because if you add those together, you will get negative 3. Oh, what do you get when you multiply x minus 6 times x plus 3? Well, you might be thinking now, well, of course you get that. Well, let's prove it. So x minus 6 times x plus 3, we first have to do x times x, and then we'll do 3 times x, and then we'll do negative 6 times x, and then we'll do negative 6 times 3, which should be negative 18. Go ahead and write it all out, negative 6 times 3, and then put it all together, that becomes x squared. This becomes 3x. This is negative 6x, and this is negative 18. And we put that together. By the way, if there's no negative, we assume it's addition. Okay, so 3x minus 6x is going to get us negative 3x. So bring that over here. Negative 3x. And then we can just make this subtraction since that's negative. This will be subtraction since that's negative. And that's our answer. And in fact, it is exactly right. If your assumption was x minus 6 times x plus 3 got you x squared minus 3x minus 18, you were absolutely right. Well, let's take a look at the next one. What are two factors? Pick a different color. Red's a little jarring sometimes. Pick a different one. So we want two factors of 21, okay, factors of 21, so we're multiplying here, that add up to negative 10. Okay, well, you might be thinking, well, how the heck are we going to get factors of 21 that add up to a negative number? Well, remember, a negative times a negative is a positive. So if you're thinking about this, you might think about, well, 3 and 7 would add up to 10, okay? But you can also make it negative 3 times negative 7, and that works to make a positive 21. And then you can just go ahead and say x minus 3 and x minus 7, and those end up being the factors for this polynomial. So I'll go ahead and put that in here. So I've got negative 3 and negative 7 do the job. They add up to negative 10, and they multiply out to be positive 21. So, and you see here, this is exactly what I have here, but let's make sure it's true. So x times x is the first thing we'll have to deal with, x times x. Then we have x times negative 3, so negative 3 times x. And then negative 7 times x. And then negative 7 times negative 3. And we can put all of that stuff together. And x times x is x squared. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. And negative 3 times negative 7, or negative 7 times negative 3, is positive 21. Okay, and we'll put all that. We can now combine our like terms. A plus here. We've got negative 3 and negative 7x. That's negative 10x. And there you have it. We have, in fact, demonstrated that we had the factors for x squared minus 10x plus 21 here. So that -3 and that -7, you just make it x minus 3 and x minus 7. Multiply those together, you get x squared plus x squared minus 10x plus 21. Hopefully that was helpful.